Hi everyone, it's me, Marissa, author of Ballin, What I Learned from LaVar Ball about basketball, business, and bravado. Um, I am doing my third blog and video today, and the title of the blog and vlog is What Now LaVar, What's Ballin? Trade Talks, Rumors, and Big Talk from LaVar Ball. If you haven't noticed, his presence is really blowing up online because of certain things that he's been saying. According to an ESPN source yesterday, LaVar told ESPN that if Lonzo Ball, his eldest son, who I talk about a lot in the book, is traded, that he wants to go to Phoenix. So as we all hopefully, or as we all know, most of us probably know, Zoe is the point guard right now for the LA Lakers. And so what LaVar said is, we want to be in LA, but if he's traded, I don't want Lonzo in New Orleans. Phoenix is the best fit for him, and I am going to speak it into existence. So LaVar has been relatively silent up until this point, and the book that I wrote from the introduction on talks about this phrase, speak it into existence. He kind of stole my tagline. I'll read you the first line of the introduction. I say to LaVar, you truly speak reality into existence, LaVar, I said, to the giant of a man in front of me, an awestruck look on my face. Because I was completely in awe of LaVar and how he really did seem to speak reality, or his desires, what happened with his family, how he trained his sons, where they went. He seemed to speak everything into existence. He was manifesting, as I'm a fan of the law of attraction, but besides the point, his own destiny. And I found that fascinating and thoroughly impressive. But I didn't think that he would take my words and turn them into his own personal tagline. So that was not exactly fun, even though I talk about it in the book. I reminded him a couple times, I said that to you, and he just literally did not even acknowledge that I said that, like reminding him that I had originally told him that line. Not just once, but several times throughout our interviews, which I recorded. So yeah. But anyway, trade talks. So trade talks are flying. Anthony Davis is an all-star, and the Lakers want him. They're desperate to unite him with LeBron, and that's been shown this past week in their previous 5 offers for Davis, and that did include Lonzo Ball already. They are trying to get this done before the February 7th trade deadline by 8 p.m., and it is February 5th today. But let's backtrack a little bit. I want to talk really briefly about the last few episodes of Ball and the Family. And as we know, Melo is returning to high school. He is going to the Spire Institute in Ohio, which is a prep academy, in order to finish off his basketball career. Now, I want to talk a little bit about LaVar's manager. In the episodes, even though I talk about LaVar's manager a lot in the books, and at first our very friendly relationship and then our very not so friendly relationship, I found myself really liking his character. He's very personable, very charismatic, seemed to be all for Melo's decision to return to high school. Was I the only one that noticed that LaVar had to kind of seemingly get his permission? I mean, it may have been his opinion, but in my experience, which has been somewhat vast with him and Alan, Alan's opinion goes. So, anyway, LaVar did end up sending Melo back to high school, which I think is great. I think that Melo deserves that, and he has better prospects that way. So that didn't come as a surprise after hearing Alan's opinion. So then what happened today? So the Lakers offered 5 separate deals, returning back to the trade talks, for Davis, and all of them the Pelicans rejected. And now they are offering their biggest offer yet to date. So that would be Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, Rajon Rondo, Lance Stephenson, Bradley Beasley, and 2 first-round picks. And that is a lot. The possibility of the trade is real, and LaVar is not happy. He is so unhappy that he actually called in to the Doug and Wolf show on Phoenix Radio 98.7 to express his opinion. Now, he had told ESPN that he had wanted all 3 sons to play on the Phoenix, all 3 sons of his to play on the Phoenix Suns together. And today was the day that he went on nothing less than a verbal rampage. So his silence has evaporated. He was decrying everyone from Luke Walton to LeBron James to Kyle Kuzma. And he said very expressly that there is no way that Zoe will go to New Orleans, even though they have no leverage to do anything about it. And he said that all 3 sons can and should go to the Phoenix Suns because, and I quote, "I gave the Lakers a first right of refusal. I said, get all 3 of my boys and you got championships." So originally, LaVar's idea was to get all 3 sons in Southern California on the Lakers and win the championship, NBA championship. So the Lakers have messed up, right? And I talk a lot about in the book LaVar's predictions, for his sons, and I believed all of his predictions while I was working with him and under him. It wasn't really under his business, though. It was more of his manager's business. So the reason why LaVar said that the Lakers are trading at all is because of Luke Walton. He said Luke Walton was the worst coach ever for Lonzo because he had a losing mentality. And he even called back into the station 3 hours later to say that if they would have fired Luke Walton, they wouldn't even have these trade talks at all. It wouldn't even be a problem. Luke was the reason that Zoe wasn't performing up to his potential because there was too many people handling the ball. And of course he said, like I told him before, if you trade my son, it'll be the worst thing you've ever done for your franchise. I guarantee it. So it looks like they might trade. He doesn't want Zoe in New Orleans because they have a tried and true established point guard, Drew Holiday, and so he insists they're not going to New Orleans. That if they do go to New Orleans, they can't, quote unquote, make Zoe play. But they will go to Phoenix, and Phoenix will have the opportunity to get all 3 of his sons so that they win the championship. Now, mind you, LiAngelo is 20. He's still playing in the JBA, the Junior Basketball Association, an association created and invented by LaVar, having never finished a year of college and is not even viewed as a European prospect. Melo is finishing out his high school career and has good NBA prospects. Right now on the mock draft of ESPN showing him as the 33rd pick and going to the Suns. LaVar was asked on the show if he was afraid of LeBron James, and I think this one will just go down in history. Afraid of LeBron? I'm not afraid of Jesus. What are you talking about? Great line. LaVar was always great with lines. He still is. Then he took a shot at Kuzma, essentially without So. None of the players on the team would be any good, including Kuzma, Hart, and Ingram. So the question is, will LaVar speak these Phoenix trades into existence? Will all 3 of his sons get on the Phoenix Suns? We all know that LaVar is a fortune teller, so I guess time will tell. Bye.